All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who jumps on board. See what's happening. A few people jumping on board already. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you are connected from. Always good to know. Today's topic, hello, Imo. Hello, my friend. Thanks for connecting. Today's topic actually is going to be about anger and why anger, thank you, Just Jay, is actually toxic for you. Okay, but before I continue, I want to see how many more people jump on board. Awesome, thank you, thank you. Awesome, thank you for those hearts. The more likes we get, actually, the more people we will, TikTok will notify, because for whatever reason, they like when we tap on the screen and when we get those likes going on. Okay. So again, as I was saying, today's topic is about anger and why is anger actually toxic for you. Okay, so in general, negative emotions are not good for you to begin with, but anger especially is one of the top negative ones, if you might call it that, because again, there's no such thing as positive and negative. It just energy is just energy. But having said this, in this physical reality, when you connect with certain emotions, you are connecting with certain frequencies, you are connecting with certain vibrations, and by doing so, you attract more of the same, of course. Okay, so anger is not only is it bad for you in a physical form, like not just bad for your body or your brain or whatever it might be. Anger is just toxic as well, because when you connect with it vibrationally, it's going to just give you more and more and more of it until you know what happens when I'm sure a few of us have lost it sometimes, being angry at something. What happens? You lose total control, right? And when you lose total control, you've given your control not just to your thoughts in this case, but to your emotions as well. And that is not a good spot to be in, because believe it or not, you are bigger than your emotions. You are the one that is observing all of this. And just the fact that you are observing them, what happens is you are untouchable, really, okay? But what happens is we get caught into this game and we think that what we are thinking and what we are feeling is actually us. But in reality, it's not us. It is something that we connected with temporarily, and as a result, we lose connection with who we really are just for that moment. And for that brief moment, actually, we can do things that we might later on regret, I should say. Okay? How many times, we just got angry at something or someone, and all of a sudden we did things that were not appropriate. Okay? So this has happened to most of us, if not all of us. Okay? So it's just a good reminder, and the best thing that you can do is just observe it, know that it's not you, and just release it. Okay, the best thing you can do is release it. And when you see a scenario where people are arguing and you are involved in it, the best policy always is to simply not get involved. Okay, just simply stay out of it, stay neutral, even if it involves yourself. And the reason for this is because you want to keep your energy and your frequency high. Okay, and the minute you get involved in any kind of a frequency associated with anger, it's not beneficial, not just to you, but to everybody around you as well. Okay, so let's see who is connecting from where, and if you have any comments, please go right ahead. Of course, they don't necessarily need to be related to this topic. They could be related to anything. But before I read down on your comments here, I just want to briefly say anybody that just jumped on board and maybe came across me for your first time, you can always go check out my page. If you like what you see, you can always hit a follow. And at the same time, if you hit the notifications little bell icon, you will be notified every time I upload a video. Okay. And at the bottom, of course, of my page, you are going to see my link tree. Okay. If you tap on that, that's going to direct you to my YouTube and Instagram. I do upload these videos on YouTube. That way everybody has access to them, and myself included. And anybody that wants to subscribe, of course, this is your opportunity while I am live. Anybody that does so and wishes to can have a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me on a one-to-one, just to say hello and touch base and see what everything is happening and what's going on. All right, so let's see your comments here. Haley, thank you for the beautiful rose. Let's go up. Let's see who connected. Where are you guys connected from? Okay, hello. Kalinichta, my friend, thank you for connecting. Hello, good afternoon. 28 days is here. Hello. Okay, Dan is here. Dan. Dustin Walsh. Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here, my friend. And Manoj, of course, thank you for being here, my friend. And thank you for those beautiful roses. Okay, and Sugar Cube. Okay, sir, what happens after our brain is dead? Okay, so this is something that, thank you for those beautiful roses. Thank you, Manoj. So this is something actually that science is been trying to actually figure out as well. But for those of you that have been studying spirituality, for those of you that have connected with who you really are, you will quickly realize, even those that maybe had a near-death experience or an out-of-body experience, okay, at will or not, doesn't matter. An out-of-body experience is still an out-of-body experience, whether you planned it or not. You will quickly realize that, of course, you are not your brain, you are not your mind, and when your brain dies, okay, you continue on. Why? Because you are not it. Your brain does not house or hold your consciousness, of course, okay? You are far beyond your brain. Like I've said many times before, this whole planet, this whole universe, and even the other universes and the other dimensions are all compromised by two components, okay? You have consciousness on one end, and then you have energy on the other. So energy is the tool that consciousness uses to create whatever it needs to create, okay? And if you check even in some laboratory experiments that they are doing right now, when you project your consciousness or your awareness onto something, which is energy, of course, because everything is energy, you will see it corresponding accordingly, okay? So your brain dies, but you carry on. That's what happens. Beautiful question, though. Okay, user 97. Okay, will you lose their subscription benefit soon? Yeah, I don't know if you see it on your end. That's up to you, of course. Okay, Annie. Hello, my friend. Hello, love from England. Hello, Haley. Nice to have you here from England, of course. Kalispera, Queen Sistina. Kalispera to you too, my friend. And Haley says, I dislike conflict, makes me anxious. 1000%. You already feel the energy when there's conflict in the room. You already feel the tension, okay? And what you are feeling is totally the opposite of who you really are, actually. And that's why you feel that tension, okay? So it is not normal for you to feel tension. It is not normal for you to feel angry. What you should be feeling as a being of love and light is actually love, okay? And of course, the next best things to love, as I always say, are of course compassion, appreciation, and gratitude, okay? So totally get it, Haley. I agree with you. And Buckingham, England. Okay, awesome. Beautiful place, Buckingham, England, of course. How's your weather out there these days? I'm from PA, okay. PA, okay, okay, I get it. And Michael LeBlanc, thank you for the smiley faces. Okay, Haley, thank you. Okay, so Marco says, when I'm angry, I'm then at low friend friction. I'm not sure what you mean here, but okay, I guess you're talking about frequency. So when you are angry, yes, you are at a low frequency, you are at a low vibration. There's no two ways about it. Different emotions, of course, associated with different frequencies and different vibrations. And when you connect with one of those emotions, thank you, Marco, and you actually hold on to that emotion without letting it go, then your whole being is actually connected with that frequency and vibration for that particular moment, and you are just going to attract more and more and more of it. Thank you, Marco. Really appreciate those roses. You're just simply going to attract more and more and more of it, and I don't think there's anybody out there that really wants to hold on to anger, okay? And I don't think there's anybody out there that just wants to attract anger. But reality is that frequency and vibration are very, very real. And when you connect with something like that, it doesn't matter if you do it intentionally or you're not aware of it, you will attract more of it. It's plain and simple. It's just one of those things. Okay. Is it better to be angry or feel depressed? None of the above. Anger and depression have no room for who you really are. None of the above. The best thing to do is to observe it, okay? Notice it. You need to notice it. You need to be aware of it, of course. And then once you notice it and you're aware of it, what you want to do is you want to release it, okay? You don't want to hold on to it. Let's get some more likes, folks. The more likes we get, the more people we bring on board here. I see quite a few messages jumping in. That's awesome. I like that. Manoj, thank you for your wonderful 35 roses there. Dustin Walls, thank you. Okay. Yes, we do. Awesome, Haley. Thank you. I like when you guys have a conversation between you and you tag one another. That is awesome. Hi from NC, love and light. Love and light to you as well, my friend. Okay, Sugar Cube, thanks for the wonderful reply. Not a problem. You're more than welcome. And Haley is saying, don't be scared of death. We don't even die. We don't ever die. 1000%. Thank you for saying that, Haley. Not only don't we ever die, but we were actually never even born. Okay, we just are. Okay, we simply are. We are the awareness behind everything. We are the consciousness behind everything. And everything that you see around you, like I said, is energy, including your body or our bodies, including, whatever you might be holding, like this pen or this cup. Doesn't matter. When you actually zoom into this with the most powerful equipment that we have, the most powerful microscopes, what you will actually find is just energy dancing around. So you basically find nothing, but when you zoom into that nothing, you see energy just dancing around, right? And the funny thing is that when you observe this energy, it actually changes just by you observing it. This is how powerful you are. You don't need to do anything else. Mimo's in the house. My brother had brain cancer and lived 3 months during his illness. He predicted the day he died. So chances are your brother was going what I call in and out of so-called, scientists will call it or doctors will call it consciousness, but you're never out of consciousness. You are conscious, just on different levels, right? So in this case, what I call it, he was going back and forth into different dimensions, okay? So he probably met himself in the other dimension, or his guides, or whoever it might be, and he actually gave him the day that he would pass, right? So nothing uncommon there. A lot of people do know their day of when it's supposed to pass, and keep in mind that everything happens in the now. And the other side, there's no past or future. So it is very, very easy for somebody to know the exact date in this physical reality. All right. Freezing and dark early, Haley. Oh, already England is freezing and dark and gray. Well, the good thing, I don't think you actually get a lot of snow from what I know, right? You might have a little bit of snow here and there, but it's mostly rain. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. And Lee says, my husband got emotional out of nowhere. What causes that? So anything can cause him to become emotional. Maybe something triggered it. Maybe an old memory. Maybe a song. Maybe something that was downloaded to him in a form of a vision, in a form of an emotion, like in this case, in a form of just a simple feeling or knowing, right? But believe it or not, when somebody becomes awakened, if you might call it that, the more spiritually advanced they become, sometimes they might have these so-called emotional outbursts, but not in a negative way. Like it's like tears of joy, because they understand the overall picture. They understand who they really are. So I'm not sure what your husband is going through right now, but if that's one of those scenarios, he's a lucky guy. Okay. His GIF, maybe. Okay. Must have missed his GIF. Not sure what that is. That's all good. Just Jay, do you believe we are all healers? 1000% Just Jay. We definitely all are healers. We all have the ability and capability of healing. There's no mystery there. We just need to learn how to tap into it, and it's not that hard, actually. Okay, we just need to believe that we are much bigger, much greater than what we were taught. Okay, and what we were taught basically is very, very limited. Okay, so yes, we are all healers. Lisa, well, have no, make sure it's not depression. I was like that. Okay, I love the way you guys are communicating back and forth. Haley again, I've come off my depression meds, having therapy. I now feel like I'm who God created me to be. That is awesome. So that's the first step, okay? And I get it. I understand that meds a lot of times are necessary for certain things. I get that. But once you realize that you are above and beyond this whole idea of medications and prescriptions, and once you really connect with who you really are, you literally can not just heal yourself from anything, including depression, but you can also grasp the bigger picture of what is really happening with you in this reality. So Manoj, okay, my mystic, do you have any experience with shamans, ayahuasca? Okay, so shamans, again, what you want to call them as witch doctors, of course. In some cases, that's what they call them. In some other areas, they use them in some retreats. I know somebody's actually, one of my friends is on a retreat in Peru, and they use shamans to overlook the what do you call it? The process of when they give them like a cup or a couple of cups of ayahuasca, for example, and they drink it, right? And the shaman is just there to direct them and to make sure that everything is all good. Okay, so shamans are, again, you can call them healers, you can call them your direct line to the other side. Okay, they're usually beings that are kind of connected with the other dimension and this dimension at the same time. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Haley again. I think it's broken. Let beautiful when people are in end of life, the things they experience. Wow. Yes, when people are at the end of their life, of course, they will experience many, many things. Of course, don't be surprised if you see them already communicating with the other side. They might be speaking with so-called dead relatives, and I say so-called because nobody ever dies. But having said that, you will see them communicating with different people from the other end. And you know that it's real. You really know that it's real when they utter somebody's name that they didn't even know in this lifetime, okay? And you do some research or something, and this person that they mentioned could be maybe their great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother, or somehow like a friend of a friend that they never even met and has crossed over. So this information is actually very, very real. These people, when they are towards the so-called end of their life cycle, they do connect with spiritual beings from the other side. And I say spiritual beings because we are all spiritual beings. Rain, yes. Okay, let's get some more likes. The more likes we get, of course, the more of a feeding frenzy we are going to create here. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Lise. Always happy. Miss Fancy is here. Hello, I'm a healer and empath. There you go, Miss Fancy. We already have a healer right here. Thank you for those beautiful hearts. Yeah, somebody was just asking earlier, Miss Fancy, if we all, I believe it was just Jay, if we all have the ability to heal. And there you go. Miss Fancy is a healer right here. Nice explanation. Thank you. Okay. And Sugar Cube, okay, sir, where are the dead people? Do they get another physical life? I mean, rebirth. So, believe it or not, the dead people are just like you and me. Okay, they operate in a different physical reality. Of course, the reality that they're in is not similar to ours. There's different physical, if you want to call it that, aspects to it. Not everybody goes to the same place. Everybody chooses where they want to go. And of course, if they want to reincarnate into this reality, they can always do so. Having said this, there's something interesting here that I want to add, okay? Time in this reality is not linear, is linear, I should say, but on the other end, it's not. So what happens is if they choose to come back to this physical reality, they don't necessarily need to come back to these so-called modern years, okay? They might choose to come back, in the ancient times. Maybe they want to, be in Rome or ancient Greece, or they always have that ability and that capability. And the reason why is because everything is in the now. There's no time. There's no distance, I should say. So going into the future or the past is like crossing the street, like literally, okay? So if they want to come back and visit ancient Rome and be born in ancient Rome, for example, they can always do so and live that experience. Beautiful questions. I love your questions. Hi from Belfast. Awesome. Thank you. I guess it's raining out there as well. Okay. I'm pretty sure. A shaman told my daughter that this is her first visit to planet Earth. And it's very, very, it's not uncommon. And the reason why it's not uncommon is because there are so many different planets, there are so many different dimensions, there are so many different realities. And if it is your daughter's first time here, then that is great, because she is obviously on a journey that will also expand and make her evolve and grow. That's awesome. And, okay, retirement, how do you suggest grief should be dealt with if it's not easing with the passing of time? So the best way to deal with grief is, of course, to be fully present and aware of the moment. And the reason I'm saying this is because being present and fully aware of the moment not only makes grief go away, but it makes everything else go away as well. See, when you connect with stillness, when you connect with mindlessness, I should say, okay. I know a lot of people call it mindfulness, but it's really mindlessness, because what you want to do is you want to connect with no thought, okay. When you really connect with no thought and you connect with stillness, what happens automatically is you become one, not just with everything around you, but you become one with the whole universe. And when I say the whole universe, I will go even beyond that, and you can even be one with other universes and other dimensions. So when you expand to that point, all of a sudden, grief, okay, it does not become an issue anymore. It just simply does not exist, okay? So it takes practice, but at the same time, you need to understand that whatever you are feeling, in this case, grief, is not you, okay? You are the one observing the grief, so therefore it cannot be you. Anything that you can observe is not you, okay? Let me just put it to you that way. Okay, awesome. Any of my subs here? I don't see any of my subs here. Any subs? Yeah, raining, awesome. Any of my subs? All right, I don't see any of my subs here right now. So, let's see. Okay, good morning. Hi, good morning, healer. All right, I'm just going up and see who else is here. So the past and present are simultaneously experiences. Yes, the past, the present that we call, and the future are actually happening all at once. I know it's very, very hard to understand that concept here in this physical reality, because we have been brought up and we have been conditioned, and not only we've been brought up, but this whole system of existence is created so we can experience time in a linear way, in a linear fashion. And one of the reasons why we came here in this physical reality was also to experience time in a linear fashion. Okay, so 1000%, past, present, and future are all together as one. Okay, Miss Fancy. Yes, we have everything we need within us, and all the energies of the past are still here. 1000%. You never lose anything. That is totally, totally correct, Miss Fancy. All the information that you've had from so-called past lifetimes or past energies or whatever you want to call it, it is right here for you right now, and you can tap right into it 1000%. Okay. I've lost my son 22 months ago, and I get that. Anybody that is dealing with a loss, especially a loss of your son, okay, is not something easy for anybody to overcome. I totally, totally get that. But at the same time, we are all here to experience some kind of loss in one way or another, okay? Some people experience a bigger loss, like in your case. Nobody wants to go through that. But at the same time, I want you to know something, okay? That your son is not lost. Your son is watching you from, you, if you want to call it from above, okay? He is listening to you, believe it or not, and he's more aware than he was ever aware, because when you cross over, you become one with the awareness, actually. So your son knows your pain, and he, believe it or not, he doesn't want you to be in that pain. And I'm saying this because every soul that has crossed over does not want to see their loved ones suffer. That's guaranteed. Okay. Haley, okay, I'm so sorry for, okay, I promise he has gone on X. All right, yes, yes. And Supercube, okay. At times we get scary nightmares and sleep paralysis. So again, this is very, very common for a lot of people, believe it or not. It's common to have a nightmare and to have sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis, again, if you know how to play around with sleep paralysis, you can use it as an opportunity for an out-of-body experience, actually. The problem, it's actually not a problem, but the issue, I should say, is that a lot of us are afraid when this happens. And then what happens is fear, like you said, scary nightmares, right? Fear takes over. And then when fear takes over, you kind of just don't have that out-of-body experience that you might have wanted to, because now instead of focusing on you traveling out of your body, you are focusing on the fear. And when you focus on the fear, it keeps you trapped in that moment. And yeah, I get it. It could be scary. So next time this happens, try this. Try not to be afraid. I know it's easier said than done. But try not to be afraid. And when you are feeling in that state of paralysis, you are aware, you are awake, of course. You find a spot in the ceiling or at the distance, whatever that might be, and try to reach that spot. Not with your body, don't move your body. Just try with your mind to reach that spot. Next thing you know, you're going to be out of your body, literally, and you're going to be looking at your body from that spot. If you do this right, you will never, ever, ever be scared of this anymore. And have fun. Go explore whatever it is that you want to go explore. And no, you cannot get lost. You always can come back, so don't worry about it. So grief has brought me to the very interested in what you are talking about. And grief does a lot of things, my friend. Sean, yes, grief does a lot of things. And believe it or not, grief is also a stepping stone for an awakening. It's also a stepping stone for not just you, but all of us to grow and evolve and expand. So when you start looking at things in a positive way, and when you start looking at things as being perfect the way they are, because grief, believe it or not, has its reason to be here. And the reason is, again, for you to be aware of it and for you to grow and expand. If it was all, light, how would you know what you really are if you didn't experience the darkness, right? So grief plays a role in all of this. And Manoj, how to book a Zoom session with you, please. So the sessions are actually for those that have subscribed. Okay, it was like a 15-minute Zoom meeting. Other than that, I am starting mentoring, like I have mentioned that. And when I do start mentoring, of course, it's going to be via Zoom. If you want, you can PM me, private message me, and we can get into the details. Okay. Thank you, Manoj. And there's a good question. Why we people die at different ages? Okay, so in the other side, first of all, we need to understand that there's no time. Okay, so the age that we see here, there's no time. Number one. Number two, thank you for that, my friend. Number two, when I'll call it soul, because we've been conditioned to believe that we are souls, but we are not. We're far bigger than that. But anyway, when a certain soul comes to this planet and has experienced whatever it needed to experience at that particular lifetime in order for it to grow and evolve, it exits. That's it. It's time for it to go. So basically, somebody can come into this planet and have a 12-year lifespan, let's say, and somebody can have an 80-year lifespan. But within those 12 years, they learned what they needed to learn, okay, from this physical reality. So there's no reason for them to be here. They just check out. That's it. The other person that was here for 80 years, okay, did the same thing. they learned whatever was they needed to learn in those 80 years, and then they checked out. Okay, so that's the way you got to look at it, and I hope I answered your question. Beautiful, awesome, thank you, thank you. You guys have some wonderful questions today. Love it. Panilko's in the house. Good morning from Greece, I should say. All right, late, but saw you on. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for connecting. So, Ritami, we say from above, but these realms, dimensions, aren't necessarily above, right? That's correct, yes. Believe it or not, all these realities, all these realms, all these dimensions are right here with us. Everything is happening right here, right now, okay? We simply don't see them because, again, we are focused somewhere else. We don't bump into them because our energies are different, okay? So they correspond differently to different realms and realities. So you're right. There's no above, there's no below. We're just here. Everything is here, believe it or not. Awesome. Beautiful questions. I love your questions. And Galactic Mastery, thank you, my friend. Very intelligent energy practitioner you are. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your wonderful comments. That happened to me, thanks. There we go. Panilko, haha. First OBE. Oh, wow, scary and funny. I was facing the ceiling, scared the daylight out of me. Couldn't see. Yeah, it's funny that you said that because I can just see this happening. And my friend, you're not the only one that this has happened to. Yes, you do have an out-of-body experience, and sometimes, again, you could be looking at your body from the ceiling, and that could be a scary experience too. But once you realize the power that you have, and once you realize that from there, all you need to do is just, boom, think about where you want to go, and you're there instantly. And when I say think, you don't need to think about the traveling aspect of it. Just think, I don't know, I want to be on the moon right now. Boom, you're automatically on the moon, right? Once you realize that you have this kind of power, then none of this will be scary. But yeah, thank you for sharing, Panilko. Beautiful. Is there an easy way to astral project? Awesome. Thank you, Haley. Yeah, I don't know what Panilko was doing, but sorry, my puppy is here. Hey, Bailey. No. You want to say hi? The easiest way to do so would be, here, say hi. Look, 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 say hi. There's my puppy. Yeah, okay, go, 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 go. I got cameras. The easiest way to do is to simply, just before you go to sleep, okay, stay silent, of course, with lights being dim, not too bright, and look at a particular spot, either in the ceiling or across from you on the wall, okay? If you look at this spot and you keep your eyes open, you know, half dozed, of course, right? And you don't move your body. This is imperative. You can't move your body because the minute you move your body, what's going to happen is your body is going to wake up again and you're not going to astral project, okay? So when you feel that your body is, you know, almost in that sleep state, all you need to do, again, is just try to reach for that spot that you were looking at. The minute you try to do that, you're probably going to end up like Panilko, up on the ceiling somewhere and looking back at your body. And like he said, it might be a very, very scary experience the first time, and that's okay, all right? But don't get too scared, because if you do, you're going to end up back in your body, of course, right? There's a fine line there. But try that. There's different other methods as well, but try that and tell me how that plays out for you, Haley. Okay. Thank you for that. Panilko turned round, release, and laughter, then saw body sleep. Scared the daylight. Yes, 1000%. So I'm sure the person that made the, you know, that comment earlier, if they're looking at your comment here, they're going to want to try to astral project as well. It could be very, very scary, of course. M7 is here. Could you please give me 2 books that have helped you in your journey? So believe it or not, I haven't had any books that helped me in my journey. All the information was just download it to me, if you want to call that term. Okay, it's just when you go silent, when you go still, all this information is actually literally available for you. Okay, I don't know of many books because I simply don't read any, but I'm sure if you Google some M7, you will find some very good ones out there. Okay. And Haley, what about babies born asleep? They haven't even tasted life. So again, the reason for this, okay, is that this whole experience is not necessarily just for them. Okay, it's for the parents, it's for the other people surrounding them. It is what we call a co-creation among your soul group, and there's a lesson for everybody to be born there, to be taught there. Okay, so these babies that are born, as you said, asleep, there's always a reason behind it. Make no mistake, always. And the reason behind it is always a lesson to be learned from all those involved in that circle. Okay. Galactic Mastery. Wow, that is very amazing. Way to look at it. Thank you, my friend. Mimo, yes. Yes, you did. Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad that I did. There's a chance you can't enter the body if the thread snaps. No, there's no chance that you're not going to enter the body. I know we've been hearing about these scenarios that the thread might snap or this or that. But believe me, if it is not your time to go, and I'm saying you are the one that decides that, okay? You're not gonna, there's no thread that's gonna snap. You're the one that makes that decision. So if you want to come back to your body, you will come back to your body. If you don't want to come back to your body, chances are that's not the time that you chose to leave to begin with, okay? So you still have more work to do. Okay. My dreams feel way more real than real life. Does this since my awakening? Yes, and you're gonna see this happening quite a bit. The reason why this is happening is, first of all, our dreams are other realities. Anybody that's been watching me for a while knows that I've been saying this over and over and over again. When you dream, you actually go to a different reality. You go to a different dimension. Okay, and sometimes what happens, those realities not only appear to be more real than this one, but are more real. As a matter of fact, for anybody that does astral projection, or better yet, some people that have had near-death experiences will tell you that where they went was a lot more vivid, a lot more real. Their senses were heightened. Everything was heightened, and it felt much more real. As a matter of fact, they saw colors that don't belong in this physical realm. Okay, they saw colors. They heard noises, sometimes music, some kind of sound. Some describe like angels playing, whatever the scenario might be. But the noise and the colors and all that stuff are not from this planet. Okay, or this realm, I should say. Yes, it is going to feel more real. Sugar Cube. Can we meet and see our dead relatives after the death? 1000%, yes. Always. Again, nobody ever dies. Okay, so you were in a soul group, you are in a soul group, and chances are you still will be in a soul group, because this is how we all grow, this is how we all evolve, and this is how we all expand. So yes, 1000%. Beautiful pup, thank you. Oh yeah, she's adorable. She's awesome. And Lisa, okay. Hi, what it mean when I hug a family member and something went through us, like an energy? What is that? So again, what you felt going through you as an energy is actually a connection that you and that person have, okay? Basically what this is telling you, that energy, that energetic bond that you have will never be broken, okay? And it's just, what do you call it? It's just there to remind you that that energy exists and it's there, okay? Nothing to worry about, that's for sure. Are there black demons? Again, Marco, um, anything that you can imagine, you create, okay? So if you imagine a black demon, believe it or not, you're the one that's creating it. Now, having said this, that creation is going to be temporary. And when I say temporary is because, like I say all the time, no soul sleeps forever. Okay, sooner or later, if you want to call it that, all souls wake up. Okay, all of them. So, Black Demon is just a creation that you created. And Panilko, they were happened spontaneously, OBE by energy reached certain peak. Yes, that can happen as well. Thank you for making that comment. 1000%, yes. You can reach a certain peak and you can have an out of body experience for sure. Steve, okay. What name do you go by? Honored to listen to your thoughts. So, again, you can just call me Unlimited You. Doesn't matter, just like my shirt. Most people connect with me by calling me Unlimited You. So, but in reality, the Unlimited You is for all of us, not just me, of course. Just Jay. Dr. Joe Dispenza has wonderful info in books. Thank you. There you go. Thanks for the suggestion, Just Jay. Do you know Osho? I've heard of him. He's the one who have most impact on my life. I thought you may know him. Well, no, I don't know him. I think Osho died, didn't he? From what I know, right? But I did bump into a couple of his YouTube. He was on YouTube a couple times. I bumped it. Maybe some people shared it or whatever. So Osho is, from what I saw, he was very, very wise. I would pay attention to what Osho was saying, actually. If you bump into somebody and whatever meaning you're getting resonates with you, stick with that, okay? If something doesn't resonate with you, just let it go. It might, though, resonate with you down the road, okay? So whatever you hear, from whatever source you hear it, just stick to the things that resonate with you, okay? So in this case, something stuck to you from Osho, by all means, stick with it, right? Amazing, that's awesome. Yes, dreams are so real to me too. There we go. Thank you, my friend. Stay, Bailey. Hypnostic astral projection, meditation. You can breathe from your navel to your third eye. Yes, again, thank you for sharing that, Galactic Mastery. There's many different techniques. There's many different methods that you can do this. And again, if something works for you, stick to it. I always recommend that. Anything that works for you, just stick with it, right? I'm shifting timeline. Awesome. Believe it or not, we all shift timelines. A lot of times we're not aware of them, though. Actually, some of us are never aware of them, but we constantly do shift. Thank you for mentioning that, my friend. Okay. And Haley says, my mom had a near death and she was talking to spirits for days after. It is very, very common to do so because you've already connected with that dimension, with that reality. Thank you, Elia. Yeah, you've already connected with that reality. You've already connected with that dimension. And once you know how to connect and how to find it, it's kind of fun. So your mom was having a blast, believe it or not. Even if she didn't tell you, she was having a good time. Galactic Mastery, yes, yes, yes. I can feel my feet touching the sand near the pyramids of Giza. Wow, that's awesome. So you can actually feel it. You can probably even smell the smells that were going around in the pyramids of Giza. And the interesting thing is you might have even traveled, if you want to call it, in a different time period. Okay, so this is all awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Apple, okay, I have a question. Okay. Reddermill, do you think our pets are part of our soul group, not just a random meeting? Yes, 1000%. Our pets, again, are not what they appear to be here in this physical reality. They are evolved souls as well, okay? They are definitely part of our soul group. We all grow, we all evolve. And I'm going to go even one step further, not just your pets, but also your plants in your house or your plants in your yard or other plants that you might be bumping into, trees and so on and so on, okay? We all have a connection. Thank you for bringing that up. That is awesome. I don't think I've ever heard that one before being asked to me in my life. Panilko, my first astral travel, when got back, whole room glowing, pitch dark in night, changed me. Thank you for sharing, my friend. Yes, I've heard of stuff like that happening as well. What about our animals? Just like I said, Truth Seeker, our animals are here with us to experience, again, with us and grow and evolve. They are part of our soul group, 1000%. Truth Seeker, what happens to our animals when they die? Do we meet them again? 1000%. Our animals are of the same essence. Everything comes from source, right? Everything comes from source. And source is the glue that keeps everything together. So since everything comes from source, our animals are no different. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Are you on this every night or day? Usually nighttime, yes. Daytime, usually on the weekends, or around in the afternoon here in the weekends. Mamo, can you please speak about the 1 minute, the thought for manifestation, and what do you do for the rest of the day? So, very good, yes. So what you want to do is you want to hold that thought for like a minute, whatever thought that is, right? Just hold it in your mind as intense as you can. If it helps you, you can close your eyes and picture it there. And if you can associate some kind of a feeling with that image that you're trying to keep in your mind, so be it, okay? Once you have done that as intense as you can for 1 minute, then you simply let it go, okay? Let it go. You don't need to think about it for the rest of the day. And it will manifest, okay? Now, you can do this throughout the day more times if you want, but just don't go above that. Like, just keep it and let it go. But quite simple, I would just do it once, hold it as intense as I can, and just let it go. One time is more than enough, believe it or not. Sugar Cube, is there any particular power or energy behind the creation of this planet? I mean, like God. So, we are all co-creators in this, okay? We are all part of participating in the creation of this planet, and believe it or not, the planet participated as well. Why? Because this planet also has a consciousness, okay? This planet is very, very aware. Now, the awareness levels might not be like yours and mine, but nevertheless, it is still aware at a certain point. So yes, we all played a role in creating this planet, okay? All of us. M7, do we have one higher being or every single one has different? Oh, so you mean as a general? That's a very, very good question, actually. So we all came from source. Source breaks apart. When I say breaks apart, I don't mean like destroys itself. Just expands, I should say. The better word is expands. Source expands into other beings that are similar. Think about it. Think about like the ocean and the droplets. Okay, so we are like droplets, but at the same time we are of the same essence. We are the same. So when you take that droplet, you put it back into the ocean, it becomes one again with the ocean. Okay. Think about it like that. Okay. So we all have the same source, but at the same time we are all individual beings, if you want to call that, having our own unique experience and reports that back to source, of course, because again, we are all one. Okay. Beautiful questions. I love your questions. Is the Indian Sadhguru is a true spiritual leader? Again, Sadhguru, for a lot of people in India, are going to tell you that he's a wonderful, wonderful spiritual teacher, right? The whole idea, though, is what does it do for you? Meaning, if something that Sadhguru says resonates with you, then listen to it. It's plain and simple, right? If something is not in alignment with you, regardless of what others might think of Sadhguru, it is what you think about Sadhguru. Okay, this whole life, this whole experience, this whole dimension is not about what others think or feel. It's about what you feel and what you are in alignment with. Okay, so if there's something that you're in alignment with Sadhguru, by all means, that's all good. Miss Fancy, sending you light and care. When you give and give, it can be wear you down. Remember to give to you. Thank you, Miss Fancy. Always wonderful. Just Jay, do you believe in dimensions? If so, what dimension are we currently living in? So again, these are all titles and words that we as a human race have labeled, okay? My suggestion would be to simply drop all labels and don't worry about what dimension we are in. Just experience the moment where you are in. Why? Because your true power lays in the moment. Your true power is right here, right now. So regardless of what dimension we want to call it, it doesn't matter. Just stay focused here in the present. Beautiful question though, Just Jay. Awesome as usual. Galactic, yes I did. Awesome. Any of my subs here? I don't see any of you tonight. Trying to go down, see if anybody said anything. Okay. Trying to see if we have any other comments. Okay, so as I was saying at the beginning, for those of you that just jumped in, I was talking about anger, okay, and how important it is not to actually connect or hold on to anger, because it is not beneficial, not just on a physical form, if you want to call it that, like for our bodies meaning, but it is also not beneficial for us on a vibrational level. And why is this? Because when we hold on to something like anger, we are just going to attract more and more and more of it. And what happens is we kind of fall into this so-called trap, and we think that the emotion that we feel or the angry part that we feel is us, but in reality it's not. So what you want to do is you actually just want to observe it, okay? Don't deny that you're angry, observe it, but at the same time let it go, okay? It's it's key to let it go. Hello from Ukraine. Hello, my friend. Awesome. We have people from Ukraine here as well. Very, very good. Okay, I'm trying to go up, see if I missed any of your comments. Been trying to manifest a girl but it's not working. Don't try too hard. That's the only thing that I can say. Don't try too hard. So Haley, okay, she was, nurses said, is the meds. It was not the meds. Okay. Yes, I did. Okay, I've been trying to manifest. Okay, I responded to that. Do you need to be taught how to astral project? I've changed so much in the last 11 months spiritually. Steve H. Okay, beautiful question. So, no, you don't need to be taught to astral project. Actually, as a matter of fact, every night you astral project, you just don't remember it. Every single night we leave our bodies. Every single night we travel. The difference, though, is like Panilko was talking about earlier and all that. In this case, when we say astral project, we just want to be aware of it and have a memory of it, okay? And this is why we we kind of put a guidance system together in order for us to do it and remember. But do we astral project? Absolutely, every single night. Why? Because your body is a tool, and once your body sleeps, there's no point for you to be there for the so-called 7, 8, 9 hours, 6 hours, whatever time you're sleeping, because the real you doesn't need any rest, and you're just out there and exploring whatever it is you need to explore. Okay, hello. Is there such thing as stealing someone's energy? Beautiful question. Only if they allow it. Stealing energy, only if they allow it, of course. Can you really steal energy? Not really, but if someone is a cooperative component to you, then yeah, there is such a thing. Only through cooperation. What is your thoughts on an incident where I have to clue how I got from one place to another? Oh, you had no clue. Okay, so there's multiple ways. One could be that what I call like hypnosis. So believe it or not, hypnosis happens even as we drive. We can drive down the road and all of a sudden we are on autopilot. We are thinking of something, and next thing you know, as we drive, we reach our destination, but we really don't know how we got there because it was all done automatically. You see, our map was already in our head because we've done it many, many times. So that's one way. Another way is that there is a very good possibility that you just simply shifted realities. Like I said, okay, yes, that can actually happen. You can shift realities, and believe it or not, many of us shift realities on a daily basis and we don't catch it. In this case, maybe you caught it because it was such a big shift that you caught it. All right, lots of questions. There was 10 to 15 minutes of driving and not recalling it at all. Well, you see, I was just talking about driving, and here it is. So, yes. So, like I said, in this case, if you don't recall a 10 to 15 minute drive, chances are you did shift to a different reality. Okay? If it wasn't done through hypnosis, because believe it or not, like we hypnotize ourselves as well, then you actually shifted in a different reality. All right, I got a lot of comments here. Panilko, very true. One needs discernment with choosing teacher. Thank you, my friend. Yes, designate a lot with many. Okay, I'm just scrolling through because I have a lot of messages and I don't want to keep everybody too long. Christina B, how do I know when it's time to let go of relationships, emotions, memories? Thank you. You will know. You will know, believe me. When the time is right for you to let go of something, you will get this inner feeling. You will get this, sometimes even a voice, or maybe an image is going to pop up, or maybe an emotion is going to come up, okay? But you will definitely know, okay? And when you get that feeling, I would strongly urge you to follow through with it, because all those feelings that you get are always coming from your higher being, okay? Always. And your higher being always knows best. If you want to call it your guides or whoever, it doesn't matter, but always follow that. And that is something that you're the only one that can know that, right? Are there people who can see colored auras around other people? Yes, there are. And as a matter of fact, you can do it as well if you practice it enough, okay? What I would suggest you do is just find somebody, maybe a friend of yours or whatever, let them sit in front of, I would recommend like a white, what do you call it? Or dark, doesn't matter, but usually white works very, very well. Right in front of a white, like wall or something, right? Put the light a little bit dim and just look at them for a little bit. Just stare at them, okay? And see what kind of a color appears around their head, okay? And if you want to amplify that, just ask them to think different thoughts, positive ones or negative ones. And the reason for this is when they connect with certain frequencies, the aura changes color. Okay. And you're going to be able to see that. So, anything else? We have a lot of comments here, but I'm not going to keep everybody up too late. What do you refill your cup? Do you have any practice or techniques? I need some new ways. Okay. What do you do to refill your cup? Do you have any practices or techniques? So the best way to do it, again, would be, I highly recommend actually meditation, Miss Fancy. Twice a day, once in the morning, once just before you go to bed. Keep it from 20 to 30 minutes, but don't let time be a factor. Just let the moment be whatever it wants to be, whatever feels good to you. But when I say meditation, I mean the meditation that you just observe your thoughts and you let them go. I'm talking about the meditation where you just let go, let your body just relax. And in this case, you're not trying to manifest anything. You just connect with silence, you connect with yourself, and you observe your thoughts. This is the meditation that I'm talking about. You will feel rejuvenated every single time you do this. Hello from Slovenia. Awesome. Different levels of awareness, different levels, dream recall. Yes, Panilko, 1000%, my friend. Is manifestation need only imagination and feelings, nothing more? So, manifestation actually needs you to see it as already done right here, right now, in this present moment. If you want to add feelings to it, it amplifies it and makes it even more powerful. But whatever it is that you try to manifest, make sure that you see it happening right here, right now, not in some time in the future. And the feeling that you want to associate with the manifestation is actually the feeling that you already have. Just go deep down inside, feel the energy in your body, okay? And just connect with that. That energy that you feel is your life force for this physical body. It is your direct contact with who you really are, okay? This is what you want to feel. So when you are manifesting, you combine these two feelings, and this is how you manifest right here, right now, okay? I don't dream anymore this last few weeks. Actually, you do dream every day. Every night, you dream multiple dreams, but the difference here is you're not remembering them, just like you don't remember when you astral travel. My suggestion would be just before you go to sleep, you put the intention out there that you want to remember your dream when you wake up. And then, when you do wake up in the morning, don't get up right away. Don't move right away, okay? Stand still for a little bit, and the reason for this is because the minute you move, you're going to forget, again, your dreams. So just stand still and do a quick recall, okay? And when you do this quick recall, you should have no problem remembering your dreams. Seeing a red snake in a dream means what? It all depends on what that red snake means to you, Jessica. So in association to a red snakes mean different things to different people, of course. So it is all up to you. I can give you a few suggestions, but really it is all what you believe that snake to be. I'm having hypnosis therapy. Awesome, Haley. Edward Jesus' teachings were real and true. Men twisted it to religion, but did Jesus know his death was? Yes, he did, actually. And the reason I'm saying yes, he did is because his teachings and his connection was very, very real. And when you are in that kind of a connection like Jesus was, definitely he knew his death. So-called death, again, because nothing really dies. Okay, this person does this all the time. I think she's low on energy, maybe. Quite possible. Retiming, not every individual can be hypnotized, even by the mighty skilled hypnotist. Yes, you're totally correct. You're totally right. Not everybody can get hypnotized. And good morning from Northern Ireland. Awesome. Is it raining out there as well? I had a few people from UK earlier mentioned that it was kind of yucky. Their words, not mine. Okay, my twin sons had the same dream one night. Can you explain this? Yes. So believe it or not, I have twins as well. And I will tell you, Apple user, okay. I will tell you from first-hand experience with twins, they are interconnected. They really, really are. And they have this connection that is so powerful that even when they dream, they might even dream the same dream, just like in your case here. So, yes, they're not only connected in the so-called, physical form, but they are connected with who they really are. So, hello, is there any possibility that Ellen's spirit living here with us as a human body, or aliens, you mean? So again, if that's what you're talking about, aliens, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Nothing is alien, okay? Energy just is, consciousness is just is. Doesn't matter what form we take. It doesn't matter what planet we're on. Doesn't matter what universe we're on, what dimension we are on. We are all one. We all come from the same source. So the term alien might sound right when we, use that term in this physical reality, but in the universal scale, aliens don't exist from that aspect of it. We are all one. Okay, I'm gonna shoot really fast because seeing aura is also higher faculty, one level of third eye activation. Thank you, Panilko. Possible higher self and physical disagree on when we pass. So does higher self always win? Okay, so possible higher self and physical disagree on when we pass. If so, does higher self always win? So your physical, what you call your physical reality and your higher self that we call, we just coined this term, but in reality you are the same one, okay? It's just, we call it higher self because when you shift your focus from this reality into the next one, where your so-called higher self is, what happens is you see things from a broader perspective. You see the whole picture. And when you see the whole picture, you can make better decisions, of course, because now you're more informed. Okay, so it is the same. Okay, and Panilko, actually, I've heard high-level masters don't dream, something like that. High-level masters do dream as well, okay? But their way of dreaming is they already know that their dreams are realities. So I think the way they interpret this is just like they're living a different reality, okay? But everybody dreams. Christina, I need to remember all my dreams every morning. What could that mean? I used to remember all my dreams every morning. What could that mean? So that's good. Everybody's trying actually to dream and remember. So if you can actually do it, this is awesome. That just means that you've tapped into the knowing part. You've tapped into the part that everybody else is trying to actually to remember your dreams. That's actually awesome. That's very good. Panilko, dream recall. Raise vibration and learn to hold your awareness more and more. Christina, there you go. Panilko already answered. Ireland, hi from Seth. Okay, I'm not going to keep you guys too long here. I see messages keep pouring in. Strange how we only remember experiences starting from age 4 to 5, but not before that. Why? So this is the reason why you don't really recall any memories before that is just simply in this reality, our physical brain has not been developed yet. But believe it or not, on your subconscious level or on the level who you really are, not only do you recall the age of 4 and 5, but there's also people that remember their birth. There's people that remember choosing their birth. There's people that remember even other lifetimes before they even came into this physical one. So memory is a tricky thing. M7, out of your experience, what food should we avoid that may help us in our journey? What food should we? Okay, so this is a good one. But in general, I'm not gonna tell you a specific food to avoid. But what I'm gonna tell you is any food that is not in alignment with you. And when I say not is not in alignment with you, because we all have different food preferences, of course, right? If you feel that some kind of a food is not in alignment with you, then don't eat it. I would strongly guide you away from foods that are heavy for you, okay? Like big, large meals in general, I would avoid them. So in reality, it doesn't matter what food you eat as long as they're in small portions. And the reason why I'm saying in small portions is because they use less energy to digest. And what you want to do on your quest for your spiritual growth, what you want to do is you want to be, what do you call it, clean from different energies when you put food in your body, right? So anything that is heavy, I wouldn't recommend. Thank you so much. Good night from England. Awesome, awesome. And top you, in telekinesis right now, can you share your energy for a moment? So again, telekinesis takes time, my friend. You just need to connect with whatever it is that you are trying to connect. Right now I'm trying to run. That's why I'm trying to go through all these messages really, really quick. Some people remember things as babies in past lives. Yes, Stephanie, thank you for saying that. So you are not really with a manifestation of my higher power experience here on earth. So you are not really with a manifestation of my higher power experience here on earth. So what you want to do again for manifestation is you want to see it as it is already happening right here, right now, as you are living it right here, right now. This is what you want to see, okay? Because when you start using the word manifestation, it is like you're sending out a message to the universe that it is something that you are trying to get. There's something that you're trying to reach, and this is not the message that you want to send out there. You want to send the message loud and clear that it is already here and you have it. Okay, that's the message that you want to send. Edward, thank you. You're just what's needed. You make much sense. So why we are even here? Again, you are here to grow. You are here to evolve. You are here to expand. You are here to see life and experience time in a linear fashion. And most of all, you are here to just simply have fun. You chose to be here. That's all. Greetings from Germany. Awesome. And Seth says, do you agree if we change our beliefs, we change our life? 1000%. Yes. Anything that you change, you are changing the frequency and you are changing the vibration. And the minute you do so, you are attracting what it is that you have changed that frequency to and that vibration to. Thank you, Donovan. So in this case, Seth, 1000%, yes. 7, thank you. I remember a life on another planet. Yes, and many other people remember that as well. What can you say about vivid dreams, please? Again, vivid dreams, thank you, Donovan. Vivid dreams are those dreams that we call dreams, but in reality, they are real, okay? Like I've said before, every dream that you dream about is actually real, and you are experiencing a different dimension. Thank you, Donovan. You're experiencing a different dimension. You're experiencing a different reality, and just because we wake up and we call it a dream doesn't mean that we didn't experience that. Wow, thank you very, very much. Okay, so thank you. You guys are awesome. That's all I have to say about vivid dreams. Hello from Brazil. Awesome. And Seth says we are gods in training. Indeed, yes, you can look at it like that, 1000%. We are gods in training. And when you look at the big picture, like I said, everybody came from source, okay? And then when you kind of explode out, when you kind of expand, I should say, okay, all the energy that source is, okay, has spread out, okay? And basically, you are learning how to become the same as source. So, yes, God's in training. Awesome. I love the way you see it. Thanks for your answer. Not a problem. That's good. You guys are awesome. Edward, you've changed me abundantly. Thank you. 1000%. Love from Ireland. Love and light to you as well, Edward. How's the Irish weather these days? Are you guys getting a bit of rain? I know I had some people from the UK earlier, and they were saying that the weather was, not to their liking. Thank you, Westa. Thank you, my friend. Awesome. Love and light to you, my friend. You guys are awesome. Is there anything we can do or listen to do or higher our vibration? Okay, 28 days. Yes, there is. There's so many things that you can do to make your vibration go higher, of course, okay? One of the things that I truly recommend, other than just being silent and still, and other than just feeling good, right? Because when you connect with positive emotions, you will also raise your frequency and vibration. But something that I truly recommend is actually music as well. So if you connect with some kind of music that gets you going, if you connect with some kind of music that feels good to you, okay, connect with that, and that is also going to raise your vibration. Thank you, Wes. Thank you, my friend. All right. Thank you for the fireballs. You guys are awesome. Cold weather, very cold, laugh out loud. Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine. What is your favorite drink? Awesome. M7 is asking me. Believe it or not, aloe vera. One of my favorite drinks. A lot of people maybe don't know this, but you can actually drink aloe vera too. But I'm not talking about grabbing aloe vera from a plant and just squeezing it, because you got to have some knowledge there. You don't necessarily want to poison yourself. But yes, definitely. Just because it keeps me. How should I say? It keeps me nourished, and at the same time, it keeps me nice and calm, and I can connect all the time with who I really am. But thank you for asking. That's awesome. Do you practice grounding? What are your thoughts? So grounding is actually very, very good. Thank you for asking, Stephanie. I personally, the way I ground is just going out in nature, okay? Either close to the water or going for a walk in the woods. But if it is summer, okay, and I say if because in the winter it's kind of dicey, right? I would also recommend that you take your shoes off, take your socks off, and walk barefoot on, not on concrete, of course, on the ground, on the soil, okay? That is very, very, that's a very good practice for you to ground. So yes, wow, beautiful questions these days. Okay, very cold in UK tonight, freezing temperatures overnight. Wow. Seth speaks. Thank you for sharing that, my friend. And Lisa, highest vibrations, all, okay, oil is rose. Thank you, my friend. And Edward says, Guinness is my favorite drink, laugh out loud. Oh, Guinness. Of course. Guinness would be your favorite drink, right? That's awesome. Like I said before, whatever you are in alignment with, don't let anybody tell you it's not good for you. Your body knows if you're in alignment with something. Okay, your energy knows. So if you are in alignment with something, go right ahead and do it. Whether you want to call it Guinness, or you want to call it aloe vera, or you want to call it something else, just be in alignment with it. Okay, Seth, do you think alcohol can lower your vibration. And here it goes about lowering your vibration. So, generally speaking, like I've said before, if you are in alignment with something, go right ahead and take it. But now, if we're talking about vibration and frequency, we got to keep in mind that whatever we consume, we also become. Okay, so when we consume foods or drinks that are in a lower frequency, of course, yes, they do have a tendency of bringing us down. But can we change this? Absolutely. It is always up to ourselves to change it. But can it lower your vibration? In a sense, yes, it can. Depends on how much you drink, though. So, how can I overcome a period in my life in which I am faced with alcohol and smoking addiction? Okay, so the first thing, Dora, thank you for that question. The first thing is that I was going to say create awareness around it, but you are already aware of it. Because just the way you've stated this, just the way you phrased this, means that you are already aware of it, and that is a very, very good sign. The next step would be, again, to be fully present and in the moment and stay as much as possible, stay still. Throughout your day, okay, if you can connect to moments of stillness, what do I mean by that? Connect with silence and stillness. Just stop. Whatever it is that you're doing, just stop. Don't move a muscle. Look around you and connect with silent moments, okay? There's a reason for this, because the minute you do this, your inner guidance system is going to kick in. Thank you very, very much for that. Your inner guidance system, Dora, is going to kick in. And this smoke addiction and this alcohol addiction is going to phase off. It's going to just fade, okay? It was just a phase in your life, and it will start fading. Beautiful questions. Esther, what does it mean to sit in power? So to sit in power just basically means to know that you are power, believe it or not. And if you want to sit in power, you need to sit still. You need to be silent. I know I sound like a broken down record sometimes when I say this, because it is imperative. It is so important that you sit still and you sit silent in your waking state, okay, above and beyond what you do when you normally would meditate, okay? That is your true power. And your true power is always in the now, by the way, okay? So if you're focused in the present moment, this is where you sit in power. Always in the now. Okay, walk on dewy grass is grounding. Yes, it is, even if the grass is dewy. Okay, thank you, Esther, thank you, my friend. Ormos, okay. And Seth speaks again, what do you think of non-duality? Can it align with law of attraction rules? Yes, it can. It can totally align with law of attraction rules, because, again, you attract what you are. And when you realize that you are not your thoughts, when you realize that you are not your body, when you realize that you are above and beyond it, okay, the law of attraction does kick in. Because what happens is, in this case, law of attraction works two ways. You either raise your vibration to match whatever it is, or you quiet your mind, in this case, like your total quietness and stillness. And again, you raise your vibration naturally by doing this, okay? So both ways operate with the law of attraction. Beautiful question. Thank you, Seth. Thank you for the music notes. Hi. There seems to be a lot of buzz around non-duality at the moment. Yeah, there is, and there always will be a buzz on non-duality, of course. It's a common thing that we've coined again, but all that we need to know about non-duality is just to realize that we are not our thoughts. Is to realize the I am part, okay? Once you realize the I am part, whatever we coin it or call it doesn't really matter. But perfect. And Panilko, is weird what alcohol does to my inner world and energy. Yes, just stay away from the uzo and the raki and the tsipuro, and you're gonna be fine. Okay. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're Greek, so you know what I'm saying. Okay, the now, yes, 1000%. Miss Fancy, checking out. Time to get my dinner on. Blessings to all of you. Thank you for connecting, Miss Fancy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your wonderful comments. Love and light to you. Thanks again. Very helpful. Thank you, Seth. We are not our thoughts. Yes. And once we realize that, then we go far and above and beyond them. Then what are we if not our thoughts? We are the one that observes the thoughts. Okay, our thoughts, believe it or not, are energies that are floating around on their own. We operate, and when I say we, I'm talking about our brain. We operate as a receiver. Okay, so we just pick up whatever thought is floating around in whatever station we've tuned in, if you want to call it that. Okay, so we are like the radio, and whatever frequency we tune in, we pick up. All right. So we are not our thoughts. We are the ones observing the thoughts. Whatever you observe, you cannot be. Think about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. All right. So on that note, I'm going to close off by saying anybody that doesn't know me, go right ahead and check my page. If you like what you see, hit a follow. And you can also hit the notifications, a little bell icon, so that way every time I upload a video, you get notified. At the bottom of my page, there is my link tree, of course. You can tap on that. It's going to direct you to my YouTube and Instagram. And I do upload these videos on YouTube, of course, okay? And having said this, anybody that wishes to subscribe, you have a few seconds to subscribe here while I'm live. That's the only time you can do it. Anybody that wishes to do so can have a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me on a one-to-one, of course, if that's what you wish to do, okay? And that's all I have to say for tonight. Great connecting, brother. Thank you, Panilko, for all your wonderful comments. Lise, thank you. Good night. Love and light always. Alan, what do you think about, sorry, Alan? What do you think about the Silva Mind Valley? Awesome. Again, anything that you are connected with, Alan, and anything that resonates with you, go right ahead and follow it, okay? Just take the stuff that are in alignment with you and leave the rest, okay? You guys don't want me to go, do you? Look at all your comments. Good night, good night, good night, love and light. All right, I'm going to close off, and I'm going to say again, love and light to all. And remember, every time that anger strikes, observe it, release it, let it go. Don't be consumed over it. Don't hang on to it. You are above and beyond it because you are the one observing it. Love to all. Thank you for connecting. It's been a blast like usual. Bye for now.